Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to House Flipper. This is actually a pre-recorded episode along with my Walking Dead episodes and the Life is Strange episode. Everything is pre-recorded except for my Sims game at this point because that's all I've gotten to. So yes, this is recorded back in October, so if I say something that's confusing or like past date, that's why. Anyways guys, on to the video.
Take me down to where my stars are shining all around me like halogen. 1 million times.
Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of House Flipper. I did not check my settings to make sure I'm recording my voice. Hang on. Alright, as professional as that is, I've been burned one too many times. I don't know why I don't ever just double check myself. Oh god, the mouse is so quick. Alright, oh god, alright, let's just do that. Here's a little home abode, guys. Like a few episodes ago, we redid this entire room because I just couldn't stand the way it looked anymore, to be honest. But I now know that you do buy other things. Ooh, skill points available. What is available? Last time, I think we cleaned the house and painted and shit. Let's waste less paint. Let's be good for the environment or something. Mounting, plastering, and tiling. Let's go with mounting. Because this is radiator simulator. I don't know why I always want to say seminar. Anyways, we're gonna get right onto it. Oh yeah, we have a $50,000. We're making our way slowly but surely. Let's knock down some walls. Actually, no. Wait, no. I said that I was going to save me from these horrible colors, honey. I think I said this one. Oh, hello, my dear. I'm so happy that you offered to help me with the house flipping. I hope your offer is still valid. You wouldn't say no to such a wonderful person like me, right? Here's the deal. About a month ago, I moved into my cousin's house. She is, I'm sorry to say, an artist. Her artistic soul commands her to live in a house that looks like a Christmas tree. Oh my god, really? Because the walls hurt my eyes. My eyes cry so much I can't stand them. Oh, I'm so angry that I'm afraid that the sour look on my face will give me wrinkles. That would be terrible. We have to do something with it, and you, my sweetie, will have to help me with it. You need to repaint all the walls with normal color before my cousin returns from the tourney. Toned and quiet colors would be awesome. You know what I like. Thank you for everything, and remember to hurry. Loves and kisses, Michael. Let's do it, Michael. I mean, paint your house. Ugh. Word vomit. Oh, this is a cute little place. Let's look at this Christmas tree wall, shall we? Oh, okay. All right. This is definitely special. Faded lemon. Painted with faded lemon. All right, let's just, we're not even going to go look at the other rooms yet. I'm sorry, my birds are going crazy. They're like, oh, voices. You see, my computer room is in the process of being moved to a different room. And so they're not being interacted with as much, which is sad. Plus, the new baby and all that kind of stuff. So, we're going to move them. I just don't know where yet. What did it say? I thought it said lemon yellow. No, oh, faded lemon. Faded lemon. Was that what you said? Yes. Alright, let's paint this puppy. Oh, so we're on our way home from the store because we just went out and bought some baby stuff, and I started randomly looking, I don't know why, at like foreclosure homes in our area, and like all the way home I was showing my husband possible houses and what we could do to them to turn a profit, and he's just like, okay, that's gonna be a lot of work, and I'm just like, yeah, but we can do it. Like, I know nothing about this stuff, but believe me, I'm already professional. I play House Flipper, I watch Home or Fixer Upper all the time. I'm basically certified, right? I gotta feel sorry for this cousin. I mean, what would you do if you like left and you thought your house was beautiful, and then you come back and your cousin had someone hired to repaint it without your permission? I'd be a little upset. When I mean a little, I mean like a lot. How are your guys' days? I hope that this episode's not too boring, because like I just really need something that was like tranquil. I was starting to record, and I was like, okay, I really need to record X episode, and then I was like, or I can record Fixer Upper, and that's exactly what I did. What is going on here? Is it because I'm on the bed? Also, one of my good friends, or best friends, is having a little baby. She doesn't know the gender yet, but I'm super excited for her. But I don't know. I just want to get her things. I want to like spoil her baby. Is that weird? Well, okay, potentially my kid isn't going to have a sibling. So her kid is basically my kid's sibling, right? Is that how it works? Is that the relationship pattern? And especially since none of her cousins, my kid's cousins, are going to be her age at all. So, like there's no young cousins to hang out with for her, because I'm kind of the baby of the family. I don't like my own cousins, so they're out of the question. And my brother is done having children, and his youngest is almost 5. So I feel like there's going to be a big age gap between my kid and his kids. I don't know why I get that impression, but I do. And so it's really cool that she's going to have a kid, a boy or a girl, that's going to be like, you know, her age and stuff. They're going to be like 7 months apart, and I just really like that idea. I don't know. And then I'm trying to adjust to motherhood, and no one tells you like how hard it is. I thought like once you have a kid, magically just this like superpower comes over you, and you suddenly know what you've always wanted to do in life, and this is what you know your true calling is. And it never felt like that for me. Don't get me wrong, I love my daughter to pieces. But I never like got this like true calling. I don't know. Does anybody else get that feeling? And everyone's like, oh, when you have children, you'll understand. Or, oh, once you have a baby, it just, everything falls into place. Do you guys ever like hear that? Maybe not. If you're young, probably not. But that's what I heard a lot being pregnant. It's like, yeah, I'm going to have a baby in a few weeks, guys. Just let me, have her, I guess. And we'll see about this sudden superpower where your life has a whole lot of meaning, which it does. I mean, don't get me wrong. But it's not like profound. I don't know. Like, it's not like what in the world is going on here? It's not like my whole life has led up to this, I guess. Where people like my friend, one of my friends was like, oh, I always wanted to be a mom. I was like, how do you know you always wanted to be a mom? Like, if you were young, that's a really weird thing to like inspire to be, don't you think? Like, don't you want to live your life? Not that, of course, you hear people say that, and they think that they're being selfish or something. I don't think that at all. I think that if you don't have kids, live it up. You know what I mean? To each their own. It's not being selfish. It's like, I didn't have kids for the longest time because we were a 96 painted. What did I miss? Because we were like still figuring things out. Yeah, I don't know. And there's a lot of people who are like, think they know it all about kids, but really don't. Like, I tend to be a worrywart. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm an OCD hypochondriac. I can admit to that. But if I think something's wrong with my kid, I think something's wrong with my kid. And like, I mentioned something to one of my friends before, and they were like, oh, that's just the new mom syndrome. You're Googling your symptoms and you think that's what's going on. And guess what, guys? I wasn't wrong. She has acid reflux really bad. To the point where, she cries and stuff. I said that she might be lactose intolerant, and they're like, oh no, all babies are gassy, blah, 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 blah. Which is true. Except mine literally cries and stuff. It's so bad, and she's so gassy all the time. So we're switching her to soy, and the doctor actually recommended that. And another thing is, I didn't even tell you guys this story. Okay, so a little bit of rant about breastfeeding moms. Like, I get it. I try to do it. You guys are doing your best that you can to provide for your child, and breast milk is really the best that you can do. It grows with your baby. It's a living liquid, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. Do not make me feel bad because I'm not doing it. And I mentioned this in my life update video. It's not my fault that I can't breastfeed. Basically the lactation consultant said that it seemed like I was born without some milk ducts. So as I'm producing milk, I will never be able to produce enough to like satisfy her in any means. Like I was producing maybe half an ounce, maybe, and that was on the very beginning, like first morning pump. And first, by the way, if you don't know anything about breastfeeding, I'm sorry for this TMI, but your morning pump is usually where you get all your breast milk because, you know, it's just like the start of the day. I don't know. But it's a living liquid. It is really good for your baby. And I agree that if you're able to do it, then more power to you, except it is a lot of work. And if you don't think you can handle it on top of raising a new baby child, then it's probably not for you because you wake up every 2 hours to pump. And you spend a lot of time on this thing. And if you don't have a lot of time to spare or you're stressing out about it, you should probably not do it as much. So to put insight on it, I was pumping. I was breastfeeding exclusively at first until about like the second day we came from the hospital and noticed her poopy diaper stopped. And that's not usually like a bad sign. Some babies breastfed only like produce maybe like a diaper once every 5 days, a dirty diaper. What concerned me was that she was getting lethargic and then she stopped giving me wet diapers. Wet diapers, you're supposed to have about 6 every day. And if you're not having that, your baby is getting dehydrated and you need to seek medical attention and figure out what's going on. And what tipped me off was the fact that her lips were cracked and she was only like a few days old. And then, that was the first warning sign. And then she stopped giving me the wet diapers. So I knew she wasn't getting enough milk. So I went ahead and substitute formula right away. And that is something that is really hard to admit because I didn't know I was doing the right thing or not. And like I was trying this new thing and I felt like I was giving up, right? And I was telling this story. Well, let me back up. Okay, so I did supplement, and then we went to the doctor like the very next like couple days because you know newborn goes the first week, so her appointment was on a Tuesday, and the doctor was like, okay, so what are you, exclusive or we're done? Are we done? You were done. Okay. Enter. Yes. Asked what we were doing, and I told him. I was very upfront. I was like, I tried breastfeeding, but she stopped giving me wet diapers. I supplemented formula right away, and he's like, that's exactly what you should do. Big house, help clean. I think I'm gonna do this. After the death of my beloved wife, I sold our old house as it brings back so many memories that I can't cope with. I have decided to buy a new house, and it requires some work. It needs cleaning and new radiators. Everybody needs new radiators. It is too much work for me, and I don't have the strength. I would like to move out of my old house as soon as possible. It's too painful living here. My 2 daughters will be living with me and would like their rooms to be painted their favorite color, bright blue. I just wanted to clean, to be honest with you. Okay, so he told me, like, right off the bat that I did the right thing because she wasn't giving us wet diapers. And that it could have been very, hard for her being a newborn and being that lethargic otherwise. So I felt pretty good about that, And then a couple days ago, we went to my brother's and his wife's cousin or something, girlfriend was there. And she was talking, or I was bottle feeding, and she was talking about how, like breast is the best kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, I totally agree. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't able to pump, or I wasn't able to breastfeed. I wasn't producing enough. And here's where I have an issue with breastfed moms is because they think that's like the only way to feed a child, and really the only way to feed a child is to feed a child, right? Like no matter what. And it wasn't my fault. Like I tried my hardest. To put perspective, I pumped she fed every 2 hours in the beginning. I pumped in between her feedings. So not only was I breastfeeding every 2 hours, every hour or every other hour, I was also pumping. So I was basically not getting any sleep, and even the doctor was concerned about my health because they're like, I don't think you can keep this up, this, that, and the other. Not that they didn't think I could keep it up, but I was, literally, like pumping myself dry, I guess. I don't know. But the lactation consultant basically was like, you need to enjoy your baby girl. She's only this small for this long. And you don't want to miss out because you were too busy trying to provide for her for something that you can't have any control over doing. So we did switch to formula. I pumped as long as I could, or as much as I could. And then right about just a week or so ago, I finally stopped because I wasn't producing 0.1 ounce. And that was with me still pumping all the time. Anyways, replace... bed. Okay, I'll come back to that. Oh, paint room color, sleepy blue. But, yeah, so I was, trying to explain to them that I didn't produce enough. And she's like, I took supplements to boost out my milk supply. You could have done that too. And I was like, excuse me. I wasn't born with the right ducks, honey. I don't think anything I could have done would have made any difference. So, and it's not the first time I've heard judgment on breastfeeding. I'm part of this baby community thing on Baby Center, and they are some of them are breastfeed only. And I'm just like, guys, I get that breastfeeding is the best, don't get me wrong, but actually fed is really the best. So yeah, that's my slight little rant. I'm sure she didn't mean any harm by it or the way I took it, but I was just like, okay, well, I can't do that now. So, I mean, I'm sure my daughter is going to turn out just fine on formula. Of course, now I'm switching her. It wouldn't have mattered anyway because I'm switching her to soy, and because there's lactose in breast milk, I probably would have had to stop breastfeeding anyway. But yeah, so now she's switching to soy. She recently has gotten thrush. I don't know how, so I have ointment for that. She also has a diaper rash because thrush is usually accompanied by a diaper rash. And I asked the doctor about what causes thrush, and the doctor basically said that it's just a buildup of good bacteria in your mouth, and it can get painful, and would explain why she was pulling away from the bottle and screaming. And so we did that today. It's a Saturday, so we did a walk-in visit. And I knew that it was thrush when I saw it because I never noticed it before. And then on Thursday night, she yawned, and I was like, why is there this white patch on your bottom lip? And I showed my mom, and she's like, oh, that looks just like a cut. She probably just accidentally sliced her mouth. I was like, no, I don't think that's normal. I think that's thrush. And she basically called me an overprotective mom. Well, guess what, Mom? Guess what? It was thrush. And so, the doctor was like, nothing to worry about. We're just gonna, give her some ointment to clear up that rash so she's not in pain, all that kind of good stuff. And it can come, it's just a buildup of bacteria. It can come from anything. It could have just been her, since she has such a immature digestive tract and is having trouble anyway, could have just came from that, honestly. And so she's on that. She's on the Zantac for babies, and she takes a probiotic. So I'm like, this kid has had more medication than I had during my surgery. Different kinds of medication, but I only had 3 different kinds of medication, and she's had 4 now. I'm just like, you're only 2 months old. I am so sorry. And then place bed. Okay. But I've always had this sixth sense, I think, just did it say what kind of bed? Bed solid, something or another. Because I think I knew I was going to go into labor soon. Which I'm sure everyone's like, oh, everyone says they know. But no, I remember specifically that weekend, and I was, trying to paint the changing table and all that kind of stuff. And I remember telling my mom, like, I'll be lucky if I get past this weekend. And she's like, oh no, you'll go to like 41 weeks. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just letting you know, I think I'm going to go before 41 weeks. And then like literally the next day, or literally Monday, I made it past the weekend, guys. But my water broke. No, it was Tuesday, because I said make it past the long weekend because it's Memorial Day. So yeah. And then literally the next day my water broke. And like there it is. I had, ooh, sheep. That's cute. Let's go with oak. Yeah. No, I don't like oak. Let's go with pine. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that. But I literally placed my maternity leave like way before, like back in like, I want to say as soon as I came back from my surgery. So like February, I made my maternity leave for May 25th, and then they talked to me in a few more days. So I was like, okay, I'll work for a few, whatever. And then I went into labor before the day that I worked. And like I literally emailed the other manager, and I was like, yeah, so remember when I said that I'd be here? Well, my water broke. I either peed myself or my water broke. So if I come in, that I just peed myself, and that's embarrassing. If I don't come in, just assume I'm in labor. And surprise! I talk about the baby stuff a lot, guys. I'm sorry. It's just the most recent thing that's happened with me. I can talk about something that's not baby related, kind of. Okay, so while I was on maternity leave, last time I talked about it, babies and stuff, one of the fellow employees got fired, and I feel like it was kind of her own doing. Like, honestly, I feel bad for her, really, really bad for her, but she kind of did it. It's like one of those things where you're just like, oh, that really sucks, except this is kind of your fault, in a nice way, if there is a nice way. But she got fired while I was gone, and mount devices. Oh, okay. Tower, radiator. Oops, wrong button. I come back, and she was telling me about her exit interview, because we're like the only company that still does exit interviews. And the owner called me the other manager's assistant. And like, my title isn't assistant. My title is, like actually a manager. If I was an assistant would be in front of it, correct? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I have this all backwards. But he called me an assistant, the owner did, and that really just rubbed me the wrong way, because mostly the very next day, another like upper management guy asked me to do his job for him and look up a product, and I was being really catty, like catty even on my standards, and I don't understand why the owner thinks that he needs to make sure everyone thinks that I'm an assistant when I've been here longer than the other manager. Yes, he gets paid more than I do, but that's because of favoritism, not because he actually does more. And I actually do like a majority of the job. Shocker. And we have 2 new employees, like I was saying earlier, and like one of them asked me, it's like, what is your job description exactly, like what are you? And I was like, well, you see, I'm like this thing. He's like, oh, I thought that was X manager. And I was like, oh, no. Now that I'm back, you will see how often I do things and how often he doesn't. And I try to be nice about it. Like, I like the other manager a lot. He's a really good guy. I just want to be recognized, and I feel like a lot of people want that, but as I was gone for 10 weeks out of the year this year, I realized I really don't appreciate being treated like this. I know it's a weird concept. I think they think that I'm young, and I'm not all that young anymore, and I feel like I'm wasting my time with the company, honestly. And so This is taking a real tangent. I'm sorry, guys. This is not really House Flipper. This is just me rambling on and on and on. But yeah, so I was just like, okay, well, I ended up like correcting one of the employees because he was like, "You're an assistant, right?" And I was like, no. Do not call me an assistant. I will get so triggered so fast. It's not even funny." And he was just like, "Oh, well, that's what I was told." And I was like, "Well, hang around here for a little bit and you'll see exactly what ends up happening." And it doesn't take long. Like, I ended up having to clean up some of his job responsibility because he didn't do it all yesterday. And it's very important because we have drivers, and if they don't know where they're going, they can't drive to places. It's a shocker, right? Well, he didn't assign loads, so I had to assign drivers where to go. And then one of my employees said it the best, I think, in that I can't remember exactly what he said, but I thought it was hilarious. It was along the lines of, he's like Goosebumps, he's there, you can see him, you just don't know exactly what they do. And I was just like, oh, that is so accurate, it hurts. But I think they'll all get it eventually because like all the other employees make jokes about it because they're like, oh, X person did this. Oh, it was actually Michelle. And then we have another employee leaving us. I'm sorry, I'm just talking about work, guys. I just, like, I don't know. I need an outlet sometimes. And I can't really just talk about how shitty my job is to my husband because he feels bad. Because he just quit his job. Yes, he's watching our daughter and going to school. But, he told me earlier, he's like, if you were this unhappy there, you should have let me know. And you could have quit first and done all this. And I was like, no, I couldn't. This had to happen this way. Hence the personal loan talk on my last episode, which we did get approved for. Oh, I don't even know if I mentioned all that nonsense. I was excited about a personal loan, I remember that. Okay, so I had this personal loan. All ready to go, the exact amount that we wanted and needed to make our life so much easier, and I was super pumped for it, right? Like, embarrassingly pumped. Probably got my hopes up, honestly. So they called me, and they were just, asking standard information, wanting me to send up my check stubs and all that kind of stuff, so I did. And this next part, I really don't understand. So they call me back, and they're like, "I'm sorry, we can't verify your income." And I was like, "How come? I sent you my check stubs." And they were like, "Because you said you made X amount." Okay, so I make a commission every bi-weekly, and it's never less than a certain amount, so I went based off of that. Well, they only go off your salary, and I was like, "But that's not my income. My income is X amount." And they're like, "Yeah, but it's $2,000 less than what you put on your application." I'm like, "Well, then just change it to the salary then if that's what you guys want to do, except this is actual income." He's like, "We can't actually change it. Once the application is submitted, you have to resubmit another application." I was like, "Okay, if I do that, are you guys going to run a credit check on me again?" And he goes, "Yes." So because you guys don't see commission as an actual stable income, which by the way is stupid because there's a lot of people who are based off of only commission, you're going to run my credit twice and then it gets better. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just redo it because they'll look at you, give you offers without running your credit. And I was like, okay, I will just see what I get pre-approved with my salary, because apparently, the extra income doesn't matter. And I got pre-approved for less because of the hard inquiry on my account. So like $5,000 less. So the loan that I was going to get, which would have covered my entire what I needed, consolidate all my debt, was just not happening. It wasn't happening just because of the fact that they couldn't redo my application with the X amount, which I might add is really stupid. I'm just gonna put it out there. And I'm not bitter. I'm a little bitter. Okay, I'm really bitter. Because it would have made it so much easier. We were going to pay off everything. It was going to be great. I was excited. And then I was let down very, very quickly. But we went with a different loaning company, still $5,000 less because the hard inquiry. And then like we got to the point where, you know, like they were a lot of companies were denying us just for the simple fact that we had a hard inquiry on our report, and they said that we had too many for the year, which is only true because my husband got a student loan, which is not, like, I'm not upset by that at all. But yeah, so I was just like, seriously? And so I left them a nasty, nasty review because that was shitty, in my opinion. If I wanted to have my credit checked and then not have anything to do with it, I could do that very easily, obviously, on my own. I didn't need help. Not that I'm, you know, stressed or anything about it, but yeah, so we paid off. I went ahead and paid off everything today. We just got our money. I paid off everything, so now everything is just on the loan, which is a lot better and has like a lot lower interest rate and all that and all that jazz. And now I'm feeling less. Wait, place computer desk. Oh, I did not place the right desk. Damn it. Probably not the chair either. There it is. But yeah, it just felt like one thing after another. I was telling my husband, like, do you ever feel like you've been just so defeated in everything you try to do, and it just, like, it doesn't matter, because like if it came easy, it gets to the point where I feel like if it's easy, then something's wrong. And it shouldn't be like that. Life shouldn't be like that at all. Alright, I am getting real tired, guys. Office chair. This has to end soon, right? Please tell me to end soon. I've been doing this for 40 minutes. I think I'm almost done today, too. And, like, I was gonna try to record a lot today, and I just do not have the energy. At all. Wardrobe. Did he say stylish wardrobe? Is that what it said? Or wardrobe Charles? Let's try this one right now. Wardrobe Charles. I should have went with my second guess. Let's go with white because everything else is white. Wait, did the other room want furnishing too? And I was just like, here, you got a bed. Bye. Screw you. Your sister gets everything. She's the favorite. Alright, so I've got the wardrobe and chest of drawers. Do you think it's Mal? Let's also put in white. Yeah. Why do you need a wardrobe and a chest? That seems silly. Alright. One task completed? What have I been doing? Okay, 3 out of 10. I was gonna say. Okay, that's a different room. Anything in here? I gotta mount and clean dirt. We'll do that real quick. And then I need to find that other bedroom. I might actually end the episode in the middle of renovating something, guys. That seems strange to me. What kind of one did I need? A tower? Okay. You know what? I am. Okay, guys. I don't know if I'll show you the rest of this house. I might just, like, do it. You know what I mean? That way you guys aren't bored the entire time. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, press that like button. If you want to watch more videos, press the subscribe button. I make videos Monday through Thursday and sometimes on Friday. And, I don't know. I think I might stream this game. Tell me what you guys think about that in the comments down below. I've been wanting to stream. I get super duper nervous, not gonna lie. But it might be good and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I just think this is a fun game. And it might be fun to like talk and interact with others people instead of just myself. You know what I mean? Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you faces later. Bye!